Hello, I'm Chef Epps with Maison Catering of Havre de Grace, Maryland, and here is my lovely sous chef slash assistant slash partner slash everything Sarah, as you know her, who know us. Today we're gonna get jiggy with some New Year's Eve deviled eggs. You're home, you have eggs, do fun things with them. It's been a crazy year, so we're gonna just do crazy things with these eggs. Okay. All right. So first, we're gonna get into it. Actually, start. First things first, like I said, you have to have your eggs. Pre-boil them, de-shell them, put them in your refrigerator to hold. That's Sadie. If you hear our pause, it's Sadie. I'm not here. It's not a poltergeist. As well as, like I said, de-shell them, and we'll get to them in just a bit. Today we're going to do 3 types. We're going to do a crab. I'm going to call it the fancy crab. Matter of fact, I have one better. Let's call it the 24 karat crab. Because we're going to add 24 karat gold on top of those deviled eggs. Then we're going to do a steakhouse, which is some steakhouse seasoning, which everyone usually has on hand. And honestly, if you have the coffee one, it's even better with the egg as far as like flavor profile. So if you have that, you're a boss. And everyone usually has leftover steak from takeout or dinner or Christmas or something left over, any type of protein that you like. You'll need mayonnaise, you'll need mustard, you'll need salt and pepper. Sometimes you have garnishes, sometimes you don't. Like Tabitha Brown says, it's your business. Whatever you want to put on top. So we'll get into the filling. So first, what you're going to do with your cutting board, you're going to cut and remove the yolk from the egg. Now, if you've done this correctly, and maybe one day I'll make a video about how to do this correctly. You have no idea how many people ask me, how do you shell your eggs? How do you boil them? It's easy. Easier than you think. Don't be intimidated. Be exactly who you want to be with your eggs. All right, so we're taking those out. I know. It's dogs. I'm so sorry. But this is, listen, it's called Havre de Grace Living. And this is Havre de Grace Living.
At Taryn's house.
At Taryn's house. Yeah. That's how we should have, that should have been the intro. Uh-huh. This is Havre de Grace Living at Taryn's house. Oh, oops. And
hungry dogs.
Some hungry. They are hungry. Since I've came in here, they've been smelling me like, hey, you smell like food.
Hey, come here.
All right. Just gonna do a couple more. So we'll have a couple to do some pretty magic with. Karen's gonna take one of the dogs outside. She shall be back. All right. So I'm gonna rinse these off so they're pretty for you. This is the TV part they don't show. It's good to rinse the yolks off too, because when you make the filling, then you won't have chunks. No one likes chunks in their deviled eggs. Okay. So now we have pretty egg yolks. One slip from us. That's fine. And we'll stick them, actually, we'll stick them right here for when we type. Just push me over. Leon was like, hey, get out the way. All right. We'll do 2 of each. How about that? Mm-hmm. And we'll discard. That was my Julia Childs move. She was like an inspiration. But she was messy. Yeah. All right, what you're going to do with your egg yolks. If you have a strainer or a sieve, you're just going to put them through there and press with a spatula really hard. So what this does is it makes sure you get the smoothest texture. A lot of people do it with a fork. This doesn't get it for me. This is actually a French technique. Usually they put them through a chinois or a food processor if you have one. This is more laborious. I feel like since we're not doing anything anyway at home, the longer way is okay. All right.
Well, it's like that whole cottage cheese trend, right?
or the sourdough.
Right?
I'm like, hey guys, it takes a long time to curate sourdough fermentation. Be sure of all the breads. You want to try that?
Absolutely.
They did something about New York. They're always willing to do the most. You know? Oh, okay. I thought you fell again. I thought you laid back down.
No.
All right. I'm almost done. So see, it doesn't take that long, but it does take a little bit. But you see the finished product. Actually, I'm gonna have Sarah take this to the camera so they can see the difference. Give you close-up shots. Excuse me, sir.
I know, if any just happens to fall on the floor, he just wouldn't be upset at all.
I'm okay. I'm okay because I like him. You taste it now? Ooh, adjust. Adjust for us, camera, adjust. No? Okay. A little bit. You saw it. This is 10. All right, so then we're going to add our mayo. So typically, I did a little less than the recipe. So like half a cup. I prefer whole grain. If you're a person that's stuck to French's, I'm not mad, but not over here. Okay? It's good. It's just not real mustard. Sorry to bust your. I'm sorry. You know what? I'll move on. So then we have.
I 100% agree with you. Just saying.
Then we have our adobo, which is kind of like our secret sauce. So our double eggs. Everyone's like, oh, what's that flavor? And I just want, I can't. He's like, we add a little Latin to it. A little Latin spice. We add some black pepper. I currently like a lot of black pepper. I think it cuts through that like thick creaminess of the mayo. And then add a little bit of salt. Remember, you added the adobo, so don't go crazy. Okay? I'm going to need a little zest later. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Another question I get is with zesting, how do you know that you're not getting the bitter part? Don't get so heavy-handed. You know? Some people are saying they're like, rah! Don't do all that. It's usually just the little things that count. So you don't have to do all that. Give yourself a little squeeze of lemon juice. You don't have to do the fork trick, but you don't need that much. Just a little squeeze and you'll be fine. And then you whip. So it's funny, I was just telling Taryn about the fold, not whipping. Because when you whip, you put so much air into the mix, meaning it's like too airy. You can't, there we go. But when you fold, it gives it still that little bit of dense, like you're eating a yolk. And as you can see, I don't know if you can, there's no lumps. It's smooth, it's creamy, exactly what you want to do. Can you give me a bag? I got a bag. That was the part of the stuff we didn't put in there. So everyone has a gallon bag. A lot of people ask, you know, how do you put how do I put my product into a gallon bag or piping things, and do I have to buy a Leon is bogarting Sarah at this current moment.
It's a challenge. Anywhere you want to walk, he's there.
He's like, no, ma'am.
No.
So that was so cute. So what you do is you take your gallon bag, and if you don't have something that's cylinder, it's okay. You can do a bowl. It may be a little bit more tricky, but not as much as you think. You take it and you put it in your cylinder like thing or bowl or whatever. And you fold it over so it doesn't spill on the corners. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of this mix. Just like that. Add it. To the bottom. And see, there you go. You have a perfectly tight tip. You just go ahead and twist. Just like that. You cut at an angle. You actually drop that in there. And see, it's already come out. So what I'm going to do is these are going to be the 24 karat. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the first two. Look how pretty they look.
Hi, Sadie.
She wants to get in here so bad. And then the rest of the filling, just pour back in. If you want to make another one, then we'll just discard the bag.